And thanks to the Minister for his statement on wildfire season, and it was certainly good to see some additional investment to strengthen wildfire preparedness in the province. It does raise lots of questions, though, Madam Speaker, in terms of the overall capacity of our system to deal with what we have to face as a result of the increasing consequences of burning fossil fuels, changing our climate, drying out our lands, Madam Speaker, and causing far more frequent and serious forest fires. The bills are starting to come in, and that's costing government and taxpayers more and more to address, Madam Speaker. So, for example, do we have the kind of early aerial detection that's necessary to detect a fire within 15 minutes of its outbreak? Do we have that, Madam Speaker? I'd like to know, but we haven't seen an evaluation or a review of our capacity. Is it sufficiently funded? Do we have sufficient local, available, well-trained and certified wildfire fighters in every region of our province, Madam Speaker? That's important. We need to be able to get them out in place. It's good that we're going to see an increase to the water bomber fleet. Those water bombers are based out of actually my riding here, since the airport is in my riding, and it's nice to see that increase in capacity. But in terms of early detection, is it early enough, what we've got in place now? If we can get early detection within 15 minutes, and we can get water bombers in the air in 10 minutes after that, then we have a fighting chance to keep those fires from getting to the size that they're going to pose a real problem, where we're going to have to mobilize ground crews, firefighters on the ground to try and stop the fire from spreading, Madam Speaker, and trying to protect homes and buildings. So those are all key questions that would be nice, I think important and essential, really, to see what kind of assessment the Department of Natural Resources and ministers had done to evaluate the capacity to fight fires in the province, where the gaps are, what needs there are for increased investment to ensure the response, the technology, the people are in place to protect New Brunswick's forests, New Brunswick's people, and New Brunswick's communities, Madam Speaker. This is not unexpected, Madam Speaker. You know, the work that's been done in Canada by Canadian scientists, by New Brunswick scientists, to look at the consequences of burning fossil fuels, driving the breakdown of our climate, and the impacts that will have in our province. And one of them was more drought, and bigger forest fires in regions of the province that normally, historically, we haven't seen them. So we've got to work upstream, Madam Speaker, addressing and speeding the transition away from fossil fuels, as well as providing the defense against the consequences of the climate crisis as manifested in things like drought and the resulting forest fires we're seeing in our province. It's a package, Madam Speaker. We need to look at this holistically, and we can't be cutting programs and institutional capacity to fight climate change in this province while we put more money into fighting the results of climate change, in this case in the form of forest fires. Thank you, Madam Speaker.